Appeals, November 10th, 2020. Oh, that's the last meeting's minutes. See, what is today's date?
February 9th.
February 9th, 21. Meeting to order. See, go through the roll call. Mark Benjamin's not here. Dorothy Travers.
Present.
Dave Martin present. Peter Kuprick.
Present.
Gregory Slough.
Present.
Robert Phoenix.
Yep, he's here.
Okay. All right. I guess all members will be voting tonight. All members present will be voting. Any communications?
No communications.
No communications. Meeting minutes from last meeting.
Yeah, I wasn't here for the meeting, or I wasn't in attendance for the meeting, but I do have a question on item F, other matters. The last line says Greg Slough made a motion to adopt the 2021 ZBA meeting schedule, and Peter Chalecki seconded. Should that be Peter Kuprick?
Yes.
I believe so.
good.
Okay, very good. That's the only change I made. Other than that, I'd like to make a motion to accept as amended.
So moved.
Who was that second?
Peter Kuprick,
Peter. Okay.
Shalecki.
All in favor? Say aye.
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 All right. Motion passes unanimously. And then how do we do this for the new meeting, for the new business? Do I need let's see here. I don't have the.
Well, if I can read the public notice for the new business.
Well, first of all, do we have any old business?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
about
okay.
that. All right.
Yeah, no, please pick up if I'm there's something here. So, yeah, can you read the?
Yes. Notice is hereby given that the Norwich Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a hearing on February 9th, 2021 at 7 p.m. via online meeting using Zoom technology to hear the following. B number 21-01, application of Greg Case for the property located at 13 BB Road in the R40 zoning district, Assessors Map 61, Block 1, Lot 8, request a variance of section 1.1 residential bulk requirements to reduce the front yard setback from 50 feet to 28 feet and reduce the rear yard setback from 50 feet to 45 feet. Also requests a variance of section 4.14.1 to construct an accessory structure within the front yard setback for the purpose of constructing a 20-foot by 26-foot pavilion. Owner Greg Case and Catherine Romano. And then I'll read the next one for the next hearing.
Okay. All right. So I get them. I need them to read their name and address for the record. Is that correct?
That's right.
That's going to be me.
Yeah, Mr. Case.
The applicant. Yeah.
Give us your name.
Good evening, everybody. Greg Case, on behalf of myself and my wife, Catherine Romano. We live at 13 BB Road, Norwich.
Okay, Mr. Case, why do you want the variance, or why do you think you need a variance?
Hi everybody. I'm Greg. Those of you who were on the board 4 years ago, we've met before for this very space. I've lived in Norwich. My wife and I have lived in Norwich for 20 years, and I'll be retiring from the Coast Guard in several years, a few years from now, and we're intending to live out our retirement here. We really enjoy it here, right at this house. And one of the things that we want to do is build a. Oh, yes, thank you. I was actually going to share something like this, but yeah, okay, very good. We were going to build I'm looking to build a structure here that is a pavilion, and the purpose is for a swim spa. My wife is somebody who she swims every day. She swims for exercise, and she wishes to swim all throughout the winter. So we have a pool on the north side of the house that we have to close October to April. So a swim spa is one of these things where it's a unit where you just kind of like swim in place. So it gives you a current. It's heated, so it's usable in the winter. And I wanted to give it a roof so that she wasn't going to be rained or snowed on in there. I need the variance because the depth of the property is, as you see, is 100 feet, where there's 50 feet. So 50 feet to the front line and 50 feet to the back line really renders the whole property unavailable for any structure. So a few of the reasons why I feel like we can talk about a variance here is, for one, you can see in the topographical imagery here, the lines, that this area was excavated out probably in 1940 or so when my house was built. This used to be lot 9. And then in 1997, it was merged with the current lot 13. So that's why it has this elongated shape. So the area is already excavated. It has been purposed for a structure already. Another is because it's already below grade. I'm not intending to build this up all the way up at grade. I'm actually going to have the structure down in this area. So it's going to be actually shorter than a 1-story structure. By a little bit, by about 3 feet. So I'm actually going to keep it 3 feet below the grade surrounding to attempt to just make sure that it's kind of more of a protected area for the swimming in the winter, and so that it is not as visible to our neighbors. And 3, I do already have a variance already for this spot for a canvas hoop structure garage. And we did that 4 years ago, and that structure, well, I'll say that this building will be much more beautiful than that canvas garage. We didn't end up coming to fruition on that particular project. I could put the canvas garage over this pool, but I really don't want to do that. I would like to build an actual framed structure that has a nice roof and everything. And then the last thing that I want to ensure my neighbors, and I know Mr. Lopez, I know we've never met.
Yes, sir.
But it's nice to meet you, and hopefully we can in person here after the pandemic. One of my goals is to make this as protected as possible from everybody's view. So if you see in the photo here, not the photo, but the drawing, you see the 100-foot line at the bottom on the south.
Yeah.
And then you see the 100-foot line on the east side. My intention is to plant a hedge that is going to grow up to about 10 feet right there to help with, keep the area natural, so that this is not in anybody's line of sight. So that's my opening statement, and I'll bring it out to the floor now.
Dave, one thing I forgot to do was read the exhibit list in. So I'll read that in real quick, if that's okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Exhibit list for 13 BB Road V2101 is the application. B is the site plan. C is the topographical GIS map. D is an owner photo. E 1 through 3 is additional owner photos. F is the assessor's card. G is public notice, and H is the abutters letter. Okay, that's it.
Okay, I'd like to start the questions if that's all right with everybody. Bob Phoenix. Greg, I remember your application for variance for the canvas carport shed arrangement.
Mhm.
And you were granted that because basically we really felt you didn't need it. So, yeah, I'm sorry, a variance for that because it was a semi-temporary structure, something like that. The structure you're proposing, you say it's going to be built, is that correct?
Yes, it will. It'll have a concrete foundation with some retaining walls because the area is all the grade is higher than where the ground floor level is of this. So I have to build some 3-foot retaining walls
Okay,
and then build the pavilion structure on top of that with posts and
okay. And you,
rafters, etc.
yeah, you keep calling it a pavilion, so I'm assuming, or am I to assume that it is going to be open on all 4 sides, or?
It will be open on all 4 sides.
Okay,
There's a chance I may have some like closable like shutters. And if that changes the situation, let me know for the purposes of this. But the plan is that it will be open.
so basically you're looking for a variance for a mass of structure, not so much a type of structure. So you may enclose that with isinglass or something at some time.
Okay.
Okay. I don't really have anything else for questions. So if anybody else, I'll go ahead and pass the mic.
So you're stating your hardship is the 50-foot setback requirement, so that you couldn't locate the building anywhere. Is that correct?
That is correct. The north part of my property has a slightly larger area, so there would be a tiny spot that it could go, but there's already a pool and a deck up there. So I'm left with no spaces.
This is kind of an existing foundation hole, Dave. There's
Yeah.
actually the curb cut driveway that goes up to it. Just so that people understand that it's a hole there already.
Oh, so there's an existing driveway that's goes to the hole, if you will.
Yeah, let me see.
Yes, sir, there is. I don't know if Rich, if you have the photos that I
do.
had sent, if you could share those.
Yep, let me get to those. Easiest way maybe going to this here. Let me share my screen. And then I'll scroll down through here. Okay, so see right in here, there's a stone laid wall, and there's one.
Okay.
There's one all the way on the both sides also. These were.
Yeah, Rich, if you can scroll that up just a little bit,
Yeah.
you can see there. You can see the top of that retaining wall. You can see that there's a window of my house in the background, just to the left of that tree. the bottom of that window is, it's kind of hard to tell because of the coloring, but the top of that retaining wall is cutting across right at the bottom of where that window is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough to see in this photo.
I'm going to with Bob Phoenix again. On Exhibit E3, which is another photo, we see your red car. I assume the back of the car, is it the back of the car that's facing where you want to put your structure, or is it back?
Actually, where I'm standing with the camera
Mhm.
is the location
Oh.
of this.
Okay, so that's the driveway that you were referring to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can you still
Right.
see that? Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's better now.
Okay.
Rich, having zoomed out a bit. So you can see that to the left of the car, that ground is 5 feet higher than where the car is. And this structure is going to be built not literally at that level. I have to build it up a little bit because I have to bring in some gravel to under which for an underlayment to my patio structure. So it's going to be a foot, maybe a foot and a half higher at ground above the level of where the leaves are there. But still the base of the structure will be lower than the surrounding grade level.
Okay. So, and we're talking about 20 by 26, Bob Phoenix again, 20 by 26. An open structure at this point.
This is Greg Schlau. Quick question for you, Mr. Case.
Yes, sir.
What's your, I know you said you're talking about putting bushes, and I'm sure you're talking about like abrevieties. They grow up, they can grow big, they don't really they grow wide that much. But what is your plans as far as the floor to ceiling height?
The floor to ceiling height of which?
Of the structure
hedges?
of the gazebo you're looking at?
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at, it's going to be the posts, basically like the top plates and the eave level beams are going to be right about 7 feet.
Okay,
And then a six pitch roof,
all right.
which will bring the center peak, the ridge beam up at about 12 feet. But it will also be about 3 to 4 feet below grade. So I guess net result is about 8 feet above
Okay.
grade.
No, I was just curious because I was looking at the pictures. I noticed how deep that hole was. I was just curious what it was.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see my photo, but here, that's like a picture. That's a rough drawing of like the gable end
Okay.
of what I'm going to do. Maybe nobody can see this because everybody's looking at
No, I can see it.
No, you looks
Okay.
good.
Okay, good.
Did I have that in the
No.
package? No.
No, and that's something I drew only in like the past week or so.
Okay. If you can, email that to me and I'll put it in the package as an extra exhibit.
Sure. Yeah, you mean later on?
Yeah, later on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if these are worth sharing as well, but I have things like my foundation plan idea. So
Yeah.
these are my drawings for just the general idea and for us hoping that this gets approved, that what I'm taking to the building inspector.
Yeah, they won't need those.
Okay. But you like having this basic sketch of the gable end idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we showed it. Let's make it an exhibit and
Okay.
just throw it in there.
Okay, I have a question, Dottie Travers.
Hi.
What are you going to use, Mr. Case, for the roof? You going to use a metal roof or?
I'm going to use standard roof sheathing, like OSB board, and then shingle. It'll be a shingle roof.
Shingles?
Yeah,
Mhm.
dark brown.
And the rest of it is you're going to have glass around the perimeter of it, or?
No glass. It's going to be just open. There's a
Oh.
chance I may do some like louvered or hinged like shutters to potentially be able to, let's say it's a very windy day, to be able to close it in. But I'm not certain I'm going to do that. Plan A is it's just going to remain open.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Any other board members have questions?
No,
don't.
I think, I don't.
Okay, I guess we'll see if there's anybody to speak in favor of this proposal, this request. Okay.
3 times.
Yeah. Anyone like to speak in favor? Okay. And then, is there anybody who would like to speak, who's opposed to this proposal? Anyone speak opposed? So for the applicant, is there anything else you'd like to say before we close this?
I don't think so, unless there's any other questions that folks have that I haven't, if I haven't been clear about anything. I am trying to make it as unimposing as possible, with being it sunk in and planting some hedges around. So it's protected both for my wife who's going to be swimming in it and for our neighbors so they don't. So it just kind of blends into the environment as best as possible.
I have a question. Did Mr. Lopez have anything to say, or he just listening?
I live across the street, and I seen him out there, going around the grounds. And from here, from across the street, I don't even see their house. I don't see nobody's house across the street. And from here, I'm up in the air, I'm a little higher across the street, and I don't even notice. They've been cleaning up there because I've seen them clean it, but it's you don't see them. It's not noticeable. So it's sunk in the ground, and he's gonna go, below grade to build it. So what he's trying to do is, I'm not gonna see it from up here. So what he's trying to do, is trying to keep it from sight, so nobody is gonna see it. So what he's doing for the neighborhood is gonna be great because nobody's gonna see it. So during the summer, it's gonna blend in anyway. And right now there's a lot of snow, and I look across the street, I don't see anything. I only see 1 or 2 houses across the street, and I don't even see traffic over there. So to me, from here, looking across the street, it's gonna be great. So more power to him. He's doing the neighborhood something good, So if he wants to build it, go for it. It's not harming me. So
That's good to know.
yeah.
Okay,
So he's doing great. He's finding it great. So
thank you,
go
Lee.
for it.
If I may, Bob Phoenix, I do have a question that I was going to bring up. I forgot. BB Road, that's a private road, is that correct?
Yes.
And is that a
Yes.
deeded right of way, or is that just a right of way, or just an understanding among the neighbors that it's a?
It's a challenging situation for us that live on the road. And I know that's not part of this hearing, so I'll just be real brief. My understanding is that the owner of 22 BB Road owns that he owns that house, and he also owns the road, which I know on the Norwich map it doesn't say right of way there, but I think technically he is responsible for the road. There is a chance that the city owns the road still and they have a lien on it. I know Bob Breen is here and he might know better than I do, but we have to get it plowed ourselves, and we have to maintain it.
So basically it's a private right of way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was just a point of interest that I had.
I think it says private on it. The sign itself indicates it's a private road. It's different than the normal signs.
Definitely. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks for the question.
So unless there's anything else, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to
This is,
close public hearing.
We
Greg,
want to
second.
close just this section of the public hearing and address it, and then we'll go to the next application. Correct, Dave?
Is that the, yes.
Yeah, we can do that because the other applicant's not here, so why make Mr. Case sit through discussion on what to do with that application?
Okay.
I agree.
We have a motion and a second. So
I'm sorry. I think Greg seconded it. Who made the motion?
Bob Phoenix, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, sorry.
And we need to vote on.
All those in, I was gonna say, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye, Bob Phoenix.
Greg, I.
Peter
Dottie
Kuprek,
Brown.
aye.
Dottie, aye.
Unanimous?
Well, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Unanimous. Motion to open the discussion. I'd like to make a motion to approve the application for discussion purposes.
Second
Greg, I'll
that.
second it.
Who was that second?
I'll let Peter take it.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to, I will be speaking in favor of this application because again, this is another situation where a piece of property has been made non-conforming by a change in zoning rules that came up after the property was developed. There's a 50-foot front setback, 50-foot rear setback. The property is 100 feet deep. So basically it would be difficult to build a birdhouse on a pole, depending on the precision of where the pole went on the property. So I feel that the applicant does have a hardship in placing anything on the property. From the description that was provided to the board, the structure it's not going to be outside of the keeping of the neighborhood aesthetic, and it's basically a utility structure whose only requirement for zoning variance is because it's within those two setbacks. So I would be in favor of the approval of the application.
Well, I'll
Greg,
second that motion if nobody else will.
The motion was made and seconded. You seconded it. So this is the discussion portion.
this is Greg. I have to agree 100% with Bob. I don't see any reason. I think Mr. Case has got a very good reason why he needs to get a variance. He can't move anything. I think even putting a pole, Bob, would be a difficult task at this point. And I think he's doing the neighborhood a very nice favor by wanting to put bushes and everything around it. I think that's a very nice touch that he's trying to help his neighbors out to make it a little bit, even though Mr. Lopez says he can't even see it, he's still trying to make it look nice. And I have no problems with this. I think it's perfectly okay. And I'm more than willing to agree to give him the variance.
Bob, you gonna build the birdhouses?
Yeah, I actually have the plans downstairs.
Yeah, I think it's, I have no problem with the variance and the use he wants to make of what he can make use of, so have at it.
Yeah. Dottie?
Do you have anything to add, Dottie?
No, I'm all set. All set.
Yeah, this is Dave. I think, as everybody said before, it's the shape of the property basically limits is the hardship and limits the use of the property without a variance. So I'll be speaking in favor also.
Okay, motion to close the discussion.
So moved.
And a vote.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Greg, I.
Peter,
Dottie.
aye.
Dottie, I.
It's Dave and aye.
Okay.
Motion passes.
Unanimous. Enjoy your pavilion, Greg.
Okay,
Mr.
thank
Lopez,
you.
thanks for coming.
Thank you for the invite. Everybody
Yes.
have a good night.
Yeah, thanks, Luis.
Well,
Good evening, Mr. Lopez.
Let's meet this summer.
Hey, come across so you can see across the street, okay?
We'll
There you
do.
go.
All right.
Thank you. You all have a good night.
Good night.
Okay, Jim. Okay, thanks. Thank you, everybody. So do I stay longer here?
No, I'm
well-
sorry. You want to go ahead, Dave?
Well, either Dave or Rich, I think. What about the 15-day wait
Yeah,
period
there's
before he gets
58
started?
day, appeal.
Yeah, so there's a 15-day appeal period. So what I need to do is I need to prepare the notice of the decision. I need to post that notice, and 15 days after that notice is posted, then I can send you the approved variance. And then at that point, you file it in the clerk's office, and then I issue your zoning permit for.
Okay. What potentially happens in that 15 days?
It's a statutory 15-day appeal period that if for some reason anybody wanted to appeal the board's decision, they would have that 15 days to appeal the
Okay.
decision.
Okay.
It doesn't
Where-
sound, it's a very contentious thing going on, so I
Mhm.
wouldn't expect any appeals.
Okay. Where does that get posted, Rich?
It'll be posted on the city website,
Okay. Okay. Very good.
okay?
Thanks very
Okay.
much.
All right. Thank you very much for your time and your amenability. I do appreciate it very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good
Okay,
night.
thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good
You
night.
too.
You too.
Good
Good
night.
night.
All right. Do we have any other matters?
What-
Well, I think we need to do something with the second one, don't we, Rich?
Yeah, so I'll read that public notice on this part of the public hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Norwich Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on February 9th, 2021 at 7 p.m. via online meeting using Zoom technology to hear the following. V21-02 application of Richard Rushford for property located at 54 McClellan Avenue in the R40 zoning district, Assessors Map 78, Block 1, Lot 63, request a variance of section 1.1 residential bulk requirements to reduce the side yard setback from 30 feet to 10 feet to allow for the construction of a carport on the west property line.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to table this until the next available meeting and availability of the property owner.
I
I'll
second
second that.
that.
Uh, Okay.
Okay, and that meeting is going to be March 9th.
All right.
Shall we have a vote?
Well, I just want to make sure that's the appropriate action to take. I think tabling it is correct. Is that right? Does anybody else have an opinion?
I would think so myself too, Bob. I mean, we have nobody to discuss, give us his hardship, so,
Right, and we don't want to dismiss it.
right.
So, okay, yeah, motion stands and we have a second.
All those in favor?
Bob Phoenix, aye.
Peter,
Dottie,
aye.
aye.
Yeah,
Always talk
Dottie.
over each other.
Peter,
Greg,
Dave Martin,
aye.
aye.
Greg,
Okay,
aye.
all right, it's unanimous.
That's a
Dottie,
yes.
aye again.
Dot in your
All
eye.
right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Not me.
Unanimous. All right. Is there anything else?
All
Any
right.
other matters?
Yeah, under other matters, and I apologize for not being at the last meeting, last available meeting, but there was discussion about 2 dates on the schedule that may be in conflict, or maybe was there a resolve to that they were on the first Tuesday and not the second?
Those, there was 2 that were moved from the second Tuesday to an alternate day. And I don't have that schedule in front of me, but there were 2 that were moved.
Okay. No.
I believe it was they were moved to the first Tuesday instead of the second Tuesday, and I think it might have had something to do with other city meetings.
Okay.
Holidays, I think it was,
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
conflicts, yeah.
Okay. That's all I needed a clarification on, and I have nothing else.
We are spreading Catherine kind of thin, Bob, with all the committees she has to take notes for, so.
Sure. Motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Hey,
All those in favor? Aye.
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 Dottie, aye.
Greg, aye.
Peter, aye.
Dave, aye.
Okay.
Unanimous?
everybody. It's unanimous. Thank you, everybody. And
Hey, what's with the ears on a microphone?
well, I have a fan that circulates